Welcome back to another episode of Psychotronic Coast to Coast. I'm Skinslip, that's Owen Neal. We're going to reveal the movies that you don't want to watch. Today, we watched Hunter's Blood from 1986, a Hicksploitation film of pretty decent quality, I might say, considering I've seen some pretty shitty Hicksploitation films. This one stars notably Clu Gulager, Joey Travolta, that would be John's older brother, Sam Bottoms, and Billy Drago. Oh, and Mickey Jones. Simi Valley's own Mickey Jones is also in this. You might remember Kim Delaney. She's in Body Parts, Darkman 2, Delta Force. I mean, Project Metal Beast. I forgot about that. Oh my god, we got to do Project Metal Beast on the show at some point. Ugh. And we gotta combine it with Death Machine, because I always get those two confused. Sam Bottoms is in a bunch of really good movies, but notable for us, he's been in Dolly Dearest and Up From the Depths, and Prime Risk, all of which will get watched. Oh, and After School, all of which will get watched at some point. Oh, and Savages. I actually have a copy of that. So yeah, we'll actually be watching all 5 of those eventually, at some point, in the near future. Not near. Don't be waiting. Anyway, Clu Gulager has been in all the Feast films. He's been in a trillion fucking movies. Into the Night, From Whisper to a Scream, The Uninvited, I'm Gonna Get You Sucka, Willie, The Force of One. We could do a podcast on just Billy Drago's film appearances. He's been in 100 and something movies. 2 years of podcasts. Joey Travolta, he's in 3 Ninjas Knuckle Up, dude. Dude. He's also in the other third film in a series, Beverly Hills Cop 3. And something we'll actually watch on the show, Beach Babes from Beyond Infinity, Hollywood Vice Squad, Ghost Rider? Oh my god, that's not what I thought it was. Anyway, Car Crash. Oh yeah, we'll have to watch that one at some point. Mickey Jones has been in a lot of shit. He's basically, okay, so Mickey Jones is that guy with the beard. He gets punched a lot in movies. He's in a lot of Chuck Norris films. So I don't know, just you'll know. He's a very noticeable stunt guy. Billy Drago. I don't need to give Billy Drago an introduction, do I? He's Billy fucking Drago. It's Billy fucking Drago. Oh, actually, I saw this one. I gotta mark that scene. Invasion USA. The Hero and the Terror, Sci Fighters. We watched him in Sci Fighters. I forgot about that. Yes. We've actually covered a movie with him in it. A million other movies. Literally go to his Letterboxd. It doesn't have all of them, but it's got all the best ones and some of the bad ones, too. Alright, so, now that I've given you that really lengthy rundown for no fucking reason other than I felt like it, and lost us a viewer in the process. Owen, you want to take us through this movie?
Sure.
Alright, take us through this movie.
Alright. So, starts off, we got some city yuppies who are they're going to go hunting. I don't remember why.
Led by Clu Gulager and Joey Travolta, the old guys driving the truck.
Yeah, he's Clu was one of the guy's dads.
And then John Travolta's driving the truck.
Yeah, Joey Travolta. One of the guys is his...
Ron Travolta.
And one of the guys is his brother.
Yes,
and then
that sounds about
right. Whiny guy that kept lying about how many deer he's killed.
And then extraneous to this entire film, you could have cut her entirely out of the movie. Kim Delaney is the girlfriend of Sam Bottoms, and he's the hero of her movie, by the way.
Yeah, and that's the son of Clu.
Yes.
In the movie, anyways.
And man, I'd like to comment before every time things go to shit, Clu Gulager is basically the pillar. He's the one who's always calmly going oh no, all right, we gotta think this through. I love that Clu Gulager gets to play that character because that feels exactly what I expect Clu Gulager to do. Shit starts in the fan. Clu's hold on, and we gotta think about this. We gotta logical our way through this shit. We can't be emotional. I kind of dug that about his character. To be fair, your cat is upstaging us.
Although he's the one that caused all of it by confronting the poachers.
That happens.
So he fucked up and then was like, hey, keep it cool.
So, this being released a whole 9 years after Deliverance, unlike our other film that we'll be releasing in the double feature, which is Rituals, which only came out 5 years after. This one's really exploitative. The Hicks are all fucking dumb as shit, racist, and really homosexual for some reason. They want to fuck everyone in the asses constantly. Like, I mean, like, what the fuck? I just, it's literally exploitation to its nth degree. It's not even trying to be, like, realistic. It's just, we are characters who like to fuck people in butts, and we happen to have a southern drawl. That's their motivation in this movie. So, yeah, there's that.
Yeah. So, anyways, you have city slickers are gonna go hunting. That's the premise. They stop at a bar, do some inappropriate stuff to the girl that works there, sexually assault her a little bit.
Ugh.
And then the rednecks in the corner.
Oh,
tell them that
Charles
pay
Cyphers
money.
is also in this. He's notable. Sorry, I meant to give him credit. But anyway, continue.
Fuck him. But yeah, they piss off the rednecks. Rednecks demand money. They pretty much tell them to go fuck themselves. He whips out a knife. Clue kicks his ass, busts his arm up, takes his knife. They take their beer and they leave. Little road chase, which it's weird because they're cracking jokes and there's like almost comedy, country music playing. They're like, yeah, woohoo, this is fun. But I'm like, what?
As an aside, I'm looking at Charles Cyphers' like output on Letterboxd, and I've seen over 65% of his filmography. He's been in like 4 John Carpenter films: Halloween, Escape from New York, The Fog, and Assault on Precinct 13. Major League. I mean, in Loaded Weapon. He's also in Gleaming the Cube, which is a movie we're totally watching on this show. One of these days, we're gonna watch Thrashing and Gleaming the Cube, and that's gonna be a double feature.
Skateboard Kid 1 and 2.
And that's another double feature, yes. I've seen the Skateboard Kid 2 a few times in my life, actually.
What about Skateboard Kid, but not Skateboard Kid 2? We do Dirt Bike Kid.
No, but we should do Dirt Bike Kid and the BMX Bandits.
All the extreme sports.
Yeah, we'll cover all the kids doing extreme sports bases. Exactly. Anyway, sorry, didn't mean. Oh my God, Billy Bob Thornton was in this? What?
What?
Hold the fucking phone.
I don't remember him.
Who does he play? Well, he's not the first like top 20 people. What?
He definitely wasn't one of the main.
He's Billy Bob
rednecks.
in the movie. Whoever Billy Bob is.
Was he one of the guys in the bar, just in the background?
Maybe. I don't recognize. Okay, we watched a
Because
pretty
we never-
bad VHS rip off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Because this
But we
movie's not
also
available in any
never-
other format.
We never saw the guys in the bar again, except for the main guy.
Yeah, like he must have been one of the random. He's not high listed on this cast list. He's really down the list. So he had to be a background character. He probably had like 1 or 2 lines of dialogue or whatever.
Probably none.
Bizarre. Sorry about interrupting that, but geez.
There was like 3 guys in the bar that didn't talk that were in the background.
Yeah, and it could be one of them too.
Because then we never saw them again. And then all the other rednecks were pretty pronounced.
Billy Bob Thornton. God damn. Didn't expect that. Anyway, we can be back on track. Sorry about that.
No, I'll check later.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe he does like some weird face and gif it or something.
Well, yes, they get run off the road, and they just drive through the woods, and like, this is where we're gonna camp.
I really thought we were
they
going to get more Clue Gulliger in this movie. I was going to say
And
that.
then
Spoiler alert.
They immediately just drink and play cards and fuck off. Although
that's
2
right.
of them run into rangers. And the
Oh
rangers,
yeah,
and
there's
they're
a little
gonna
tense
found out.
moment. It's a ranger pulls a gun on him, and he's like, "Oh shit, son."
And they tell him there's bad people here, and instead of believing them, they go back to the thing and drink and make jokes about the boogeyman.
And
in
at
the
some point
woods.
between this scene and like what happens later, we even say, "I wonder if they're in on this. If they're part of the whole like," because they talk about like there's like a, like I said, like a whole poaching thing, and that campers keep going missing. So I'm like, oh, maybe they're. We all at some point, one of us or both of us said that they might be in on it, you know. So that's kind of interesting one. But anyway, continue. Just immediately jump to that conclusion.
Yeah, they get drunk. Next day, one of them sees a deer while bathing in the river. They run back to camp. They all run out with their guns. The one guy that first sees it says it's mine. They go to shoot, but then the other guy, who clearly doesn't know what he's doing and lies about hunting, shot at it, missed it.
It's buck fever.
Yeah. They also say it's a big buck, and then it's like footage of a little button horn, little Bambi thing.
Yeah, well, okay, here's the reality. In the 70s to 80s, we actually had a decline in population in deer, and it wasn't until the 90s when they rebounded. So that actually may have been big for that time. I just listened to a podcast about this, like Joe Rogan and this conservationists were talking about how deer were in decline in the 70s and 80s, and like they were like really underpopulated, and then we like relocated some predators, and the whole population rebounded, and so that might actually have been big for the time. So that just a note, to be fair. So
I don't think so.
It may have still been small, but there was definitely a decline in the deer population in that era. So there'd be lots more smaller animals.
Well, it probably was big for that area because they next run into the poachers.
Oh yeah,
a group of rednecks who just have a bunch of deer and they're gutting them. And instead of being like, "Fuck, what the guy said was true, we better peace out," Clue decides to go up and confront him and go, "Hey, you stop that."
Yeah, like, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot? I'm yelling, you idiots! What are you doing? Go back for help!
And this is they were all like, "We're gonna."
What part of campers disappear all the time did you not fucking remember? Why would you endanger yourselves like this?
Look at these pretty city boys. We're gonna fuck ya.
Oh yeah, and he's like, "I'll take the grandpa," Mickey Jones of Simi Valley fame said. Anyone who's from Simi Valley or lives in the area knows they've seen his fucking Mickey Jones here in his endorsement videos, whatever company he's endorsing this month. Anyway. And
then I'm not sure why, but they're like, "Hey, old man, Clue, why don't you fight Billy Drago in a fist fight?" Okay.
And they get in a fist fight.
Billy Drago gets his ass kicked.
And while prepping for this movie, I read somebody's like 10-word review about this, and they were like got me all excited because Billy Drago and Clue Gulager fight in the forest. I'm in. I'm like, well, I'm in, and this is the moment, and it's 35 minutes into this movie, and I'm like, what? Okay, it's more like 45
minutes. And I like
minutes.
The fact at the end of the movie, you're like, they didn't even fight. I'm mad. I'm like, yeah, they did.
Yeah, I totally forgot until you reminded me. Like, oh yeah, they did, didn't they? And then this whole thing happened, right? Anyway.
Kick the shit out of them. Then the Rangers show up and they run off. But then the Rangers catch them all and they're all chained up and they're like, good job. Have fun hunting now. Which I would have instantly been out of there.
Time to go home. Our whole weekend's fucked, you know.
But of course, those 10 or whatever they captured aren't all of them. Them Rangers get quickly dispatched with some shotgun blast. And then apparently they don't leave. They decide to drink some more and go hunting the next day. And they find the dead Rangers. And then they start freaking out.
Huh.
And then they promptly start getting shot. Clue gets shot. He's wounded.
And I'd like to fucking point out, I was so disappointed because Clue Gulager then doesn't even really appear in the rest of the movie except for a few shots. And he's basically a stunt double being carried around the fucking woods for the rest of the movie. Like, what the fuck? Clue Gulager.
I think it's actually him,
It probably is, but what a fucking waste of great talent. Why couldn't you get one of the other jerks to not like be able to talk? Like, fuck. Is it because they only afford this many words for Clue? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe his fee was too high at the time. And they're like, shit, we only have, can we do a bunch, we only have you for like 3 days. We're going to film one shit, and then we're going to do a bunch of insert shots of you being carried around the woods, and we use that. Like, that's what it feels like. They only had him for a few days, and they decided to just have him not talk the rest of the fucking movie so they can do insert shots of him just being carried around and moaning like a dumb shit. Fuck. Disappointed. This is not a bad movie, by the way. I was just disappointed in that aspect because that review got me hyped for Clue Gulager and fucking and Billy Drago fighting it out in the woods, and it happened too soon and it happened too quick, and What the fuck, man? I bet that reviewer never got past that part. He didn't want to lose face. He didn't want to lose face by people saying you didn't finish the movie, so he just put that in there.
Clue beat up Billy Drago. The end.
Yeah. What? No.
And then one of the other guys gets shot in the face. He's dead. And then they start coming up with a plan of the main hero guy. He's going to distract them while the other two carry out Clue.
Yep, pretty much.
And I like the fact it's nighttime now and they're kind of hiding. And he promptly grabs the thing and just starts whacking on a tree to make a stretcher.
Yep.
Just making as much noise as possible.
Yep. Like, god damn it. These guys.
He shanks a guy in the throat. Shotgun blast another one. Then he gets a little shrapnel on his leg.
Now, the shotgun blast, is that the infamous one?
No.
Oh, okay. That's coming up. I can't remember exactly when it was.
Favorite part of the movie where I lost my shit. He gets shot in the leg. He runs away. Gets up by some water. Looks at his leg. Puts shotgun shells on the ground. So I'm like, oh, is he making a trap? But then he starts just covering himself with like 3 handfuls of leaves, curls up in fetus position, and just fucking falls asleep.
I know, in the middle of like not huddled up against a tree or in some rocks or an alcove or not even like behind a small rise or something. Just right in the middle of the fucking forest, he just plops down in the fetal position and fucking lays there with some leaves, half-assedly putting some leaves on him. Like, seriously.
I don't think he ran more than 10 feet from where he got shot from, too. He was like, this looks good.
Right?
And then, oddly enough, nobody looks for him.
Yeah,
he gets shot up the next morning.
Yeah, it's like...
And then the guys carrying Clue also decided, like, fuck it, let's sleep as well.
Randomly sleeping.
I don't know. I think
they at least hid within some trees, though. They at least attempted to hide their bodies by obscuring their location, right? This guy just fucking lays down and just drops some leaves on his leg. You're like, okay. I can see the rest of your torso, man.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, it was pretty absurd. I was just really dumbfounded. Like, what? I was literally just staring at it, like, what? He's laughing. I'm just like, huh? What are you doing?
And then it's on again. Once the morning hits, they miss him with a shot to the water. This is where he kills Birdie, where he like pops up over a log, shotgun in the face, but like shows him shoot, cuts, and then he sees the other guy coming, so he scrambles by the guy, and this is where his head's blown off and he's twitching on the ground. We don't see like a head explosion, we just see the aftermath. And then another part I laughed at where he's like, I feel like
that was cut from the tape for some reason. I feel like because the way people were talking about it, they talk about like it's this awesome scene, but like I remember the gore was really cool, and actually right after you see the body with its head like basically exploded out, and the body's like twitching and shit, so it's pretty fucking realistic, but like Jesus Christ. It was pretty gory, like out of nowhere. It's the only major gore in the movie. There's some other like slices and gunshots, like whatever, but like this is like the only like really gory moment in the movie.
I did get a good laugh because the other guy was like, "You get him, Birdie?" And then he's just like, "I did." And then the guy believed it was Birdie and came over, but he had no more shotgun shells. And then this is about where they kept showing the girl, like, we didn't know what the fuck they kept cutting into the girl. I like the house.
At the beginning, they talked about, I think they talked about her joining them later date because she had something to do, but like, I think I missed it. But it felt really out of place. You could have literally cut her out of the entire movie and not had her in the end sequence when you see her, but like, whatever.
So probably around this point, she shows up at the gas station.
So and she walks up and says, "Is this Toby's gas station?" And there's a fucking sign 4 feet to her left and 2 feet up that says Toby's gas station in English in giant letters.
And then, surprise, surprise, Toby is the guy who got beat up at the bar, and he obviously delivers her to the guys because...
He concocts a story about them, that their vehicle being trapped, and that he has to take her to their campsite because it's a bit in the woods.
Because he buys the poacher meat from
she's
them.
the most gullible fucking person in this movie. So she goes with some random hick in the middle of nowhere.
Again, I'm questioning why do they need money for the poached meat? They just live out in the woods and like rape and kill people. Like, wouldn't they just eat the meat? Like, what do they need money for?
I don't know. Maybe they sell the human meat. Maybe they eat the deer meat and they sell the human meat to hide the people they rape and kill, right? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's like they eat the deer, they sell the humans.
I just don't see why they need money. They make moonshine. I mean, I guess maybe to buy ammo.
Because even if you own property, you have to pay taxes on it. So they have
They don't pay no taxes.
Trust me, they have to pay property taxes. Otherwise, the government comes and shoves you into a hole, and you never come out again.
No. The Rangers didn't even know they had a fucking house on the lake.
Let's put it this way: they had to pay property taxes on the gas station. So
well, he's not part of the group. He just buys their meat.
Maybe he owns the gas station. No, he owns the gas station because we also see that logo.
He's not really part of the group though. He just buys their meat.
I don't think so because
he just wants revenge because that old man shoved him up in front of his buddies.
Maybe. It's really fucked up thing to do, by the way.
The family.
You pissed me off. I'm gonna sell your girlfriend into sexual slavery.
Well, of course, rednecks do that. It's a fact. I'm surprised he didn't just rape her and kill her right there at the gas station. That'll show them. Anyways, he gives her to them at some point. I think this is where he gets caught, right?
Hold on.
What are you typing?
There's someone in the chat who's talking like a 13-year-old using a thesaurus for every word, and I'm so confused at why they exist. Anyway, it's not important for the show. You're gonna cut that out. You're gonna cut this little pause out, please. Anyway, where were we?
Girl was given to them.
Right.
He's captured.
He's captured, and he's that POW thing where you're in the water, but you're tied up so you can't like get like leverage, which is really stupid, by the way. Don't put your prisoner in water because guess what? The bit of kicking, you can get yourself up out of the water a bit to get yourself free. And guess what fucking happens in this movie? Our hero gets free.
But that's after he sees his woman's been captured. And whatever that guy's name is, Beardy. Piss pot, cook pot, wash pan.
Wash
what was
pot.
his name?
His name's Wash Pot.
Wash pot.
I'm gonna double check that. I think it's Wash Pot. It's Mickey Jones here.
Mickey Jones, yes.
As Wash Pot.
He brings her in.
Yeah, Wash
Pot. The guy escapes, goes in, a little standoff. He's gonna make him watch him rape his girlfriend, but he quickly starts getting in a fight with him, and the guy's girlfriend gives him the old deer antlers in the back, killing him. Also, we forgot that Billy Drago gets beat up and killed at the car.
Yeah, Billy Drago, he doesn't get killed. We don't know if he dies. He gets beat up. We never see
him again, so he's dead.
Yeah, but he might just... Maybe that's the sequel, Hunter's Blood 2, that comes out in 10 more years, 30 years later, 4 years later. I don't know. Billy Drago's
Hunter's Blood 2, Billy Drago's Revenge. And he's in the suburbs. Yeah, anyway, I forgot all about that. Because it's like he gets his hands cut shut in the door, and the guy bangs his head down 3 times on the hood, and he just falls down.
Yep.
I assumed he was going to come back, but he never did. So.
Yeah, it definitely implied that like maybe he'll come back, but never did. Maybe they wanted to, but they couldn't afford Billy Drago to come back for one more day.
Was he that big in the 80s?
I don't think Billy Drago's ever been big, but that's not the point.
I mean,
I don't think he's with us anymore either. I think he passed.
Billy Drago's dead? I don't know about that. Maybe. So, anyways, they kill. There's another fight, and he chokes the guy to death, which he tries to stop him. I don't know why.
Because she doesn't want anyone to kill anybody.
Even though the guy said, "I'm going to get your girl, and I'm going to rape her to death."
I'm pretty sure he raped her already too. It was like implied.
No, she was not raped.
It's implied that she's been there for a day or two.
Those tight jeans had not moved.
Oh my god, that is too much. Too much. Good lord.
No, I think she just showed up that day because she showed up and the guy brought her there that day. So because it was the day after.
I don't know, man. They're
Pretty sure
sick
she had not
hillbillies.
been. She had not been raped yet.
It doesn't matter. The point is, it's implied that some shit has happened to her. She's kind of traumatized at this point. But even then, she doesn't want him to kill anybody. But by the way, it's not like it's a plot point that he kills him in anyway. She just kind of gets over it really quickly.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame her. I'd
no.
get over it really quickly too.
So they make it to a train. They climb on. The main bad guy named Redbeard climbs in, quickly dispatched with a shotgun blast off the train bridge. And also in the train was the other three guys. They made it to the train. They somehow loaded the guy on the fucking stretcher into a moving train.
Yep. It's weird. By the way, have you ever tried to run after a train? It's a lot harder than the movies make it look like. And then try to do that while carrying someone else's body weight in unison with another person. And somehow they magically willed themselves to get this guy on the train that's moving. Also, let's point out that that fucking Sam Bottoms tries to stop the train with his face. He stands on the track, stop, like, what are you doing, you idiot? And then the fucking stunt guy literally waits till the last second. This train nearly kills this guy in real life. Like, what? Why would you risk your life that hard for this fucking movie? Any fucking movie, for that matter. Like, I get risking your life, there are risks involved, but this guy gets, like, literally 2 inches from a train before he jumps out the way. It's in... Like, if he wouldn't have jumped... If he would have jumped a second later, he would have lost his legs or something. Like, seriously, dangerously close. Like, nuts.
And then the big twist.
Yeah?
They're on the guy's train.
Oh! And then the credits roll.
Which, by the way, they never killed that guy.
Nope.
The guy that gave his girlfriend up.
Nope.
Also, potentially...
Billy Drago.
Billy Drago.
Yeah, so they were probably... Maybe they're making it a sequel. Maybe they're hoping to turn into a sequel. Hunter's Blood 2. Night of Reckoning. Hunter Blood 3. Hunterine Mooning Harder.
Hunter Blood 2. Cul-de-sac Killers. Element.
Alright, so... The headshot aftermath, the antlers to the back, the ill attempt at hiding themselves. There's just really great moments in this movie. What would you rate it, though?
3.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. I think it's a 3 out of 5. It's a solid little flick, but you know, it's definitely better. One of the better films in this subgenre, of which there's some awful fucking movies, some terrible movies in this subgenre.
Like, you know, going into it what it is, but still the beginning almost was like a comedy. They're like, we're gonna get drunk, go hunting, hug, hug.
Yeah, a little bit.
What's going on?
It started out like
it's just
maybe a different kind of movie, but you know,
catch you off guard. But then again, the things like the hunters become the hunted, like right on the cover, so you know what it is. And it's like a guy looking through a scope at somebody. So I don't know what the point of the wackiness in the beginning is.
And to pair with Hunter's Blood, next week we'll be watching Rituals from 1977. Which, I know, it comes beforehand, but guess what? We didn't plan this shit out. I was just trying to find something that, like, paired well with it. I think this has got a Blu-ray from Code Red, but I'm not going to give them any money. But I had this Code Red DVD that I bought before I knew who Code Red's owner really was. Anyway, it's not a good person, and I don't like giving him money.
Which Rituals? Is that with the Native American, or am I thinking of a different movie?
You're thinking of a different movie. That's Scalped. That's Scalps. There's 2 Scalps. One's a Native American slasher. One's a really weird film by Fred Olen Ray, I think. I think it's Fred Olen Ray. Anyway, in a world turned suddenly savage, the answers have become brutally simple. Stars Hal Holbrook and Lawrence Dane. Adventure-seeking Mitzi invites his fellow doctor and 3 other physician friends, so 5 doctors, to go, I said this joke already, to go on their annual camping trip in the middle of the unexplored Canadian mountains. The 5 of them thought that they were alone in the middle of nowhere on their ritual camping trip, but this time someone was watching them. A crazed psychopath wants to play a psychological game of survival with the 5 campers, and soon it becomes a horrifying game of kill or be killed. So, like, I remember one part, the very early in the movie, like the guy, like while they're sleeping, steals all their shoes.
Oh yeah, this is the one with all the doctors.
Yeah, have you seen this one?
No, I listened to a podcast about it.
Oh right. The Motor Media podcast, right? The Rama.
Shock marathons.
Shock Marathon. Sorry, I apologize. I've only listened to like one episode behind. Anyway, yeah, they did. I remember seeing the thumbnail for this Rituals. But yeah, we'll be watching that next week because it pairs really well with this other exploitation film. One made in America, one made in Canada. It'll be a cross the border joination. Joination? That's a new word. I made it up. The person talking like a 13-year-old thesaurus got themselves banned, and we'll see you next week for Psychotronic Coast to Coast. Do you have any last words there, sir?
Go watch it. Go watch Hunter's Blood.
Absolutely. Check it out. You have to watch it on YouTube because it's not available commercially anymore because VHS is not exactly easy to find. So there you go, guys. Take it easy. We'll talk to you next time, ghouls and ghosts. Peace.